missed you guys so much. Like, man, it's been a minute since I posted. Guess what? I got a camera. So no more on my phone. But I will be using my phone for this tutorial. Not even a tutorial. Well, somewhat of a tutorial. Sorry, my bun is a little messy. You know what? Let's just get right to the point of why I like the way that, like, today is, I've been home. A lot has been going on. I moved. I haven't been home in a really long time. I've been traveling, and this is the first time I'm actually like away from Netflix and away from hanging out with a friend. I've recently been watching The Get Down on Netflix. If you have not seen The Get Down, you might want to watch it because, oh my god, I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. The Get Down, Netflix, watch it. I've literally been, it's kind of like, it's only out for a season. It's a Netflix series. So, you know, it's just like Orange is the New Black. You're obsessed with it. You watch it. You binge it. I love it. You need to watch it. Okay, so it is about time that, you know, I make a video on interview questions. You know, I've told you guys about training. I've told you guys about preparing for training, and I'm about to leave for training, but now it's interview questions. I know a lot of airlines are hiring per usual, sorry. So I took some of the questions that myself and one of my girlfriends were asked during our interview, because you need these interview questions and you need to ace them. You need to know them, you need to ace them, you need to do the damn thing with them. This is gonna probably be like a little 3-part series video. So yeah. So if you see me look down a lot, it's because I'm looking at the questions. I cannot find, y'all, I didn't have me a whole little folder, little spiral notebook. I had all the questions, all my answers written out on them, and I cannot find it to save my life. Keep in mind, I'm still transitioning, I'm still moving. I got my vanity set up though, so we were cool with that. But I can't find my shoes. I can't find half my shoes. I can't find any of my Converse except one pair. Just a lot's going on right now, so just bear with me. I'm so lazy, my bun. If you see me keep moving it, and don't even pay attention to that. I'm not really gonna like cut and sniff any of this video. We're just gonna go straight through it with the questions. I'm gonna try my hardest to remember half the questions that I answered and how I answered them, so, you know, bear with me. Let me do a quick shout out to all my followers. I believe right now I'm at 30 followers, so that's a really big deal. Last time I did a video, I believe I was at 14. So I'm very happy, I'm very honored. I feel very privileged that you guys love me enough to follow me. I really hope that, you know, my videos do help you guys out. Like, seriously, I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to get the job. I want you guys to get excited for your CJO. I want so much for you guys, because this world, the life that I live now, has forever changed because of this job, and I want you guys to enjoy it with me. I want you guys to see me in the airport and be like, hey buddy, you know, I want that. So okay, so the first question: what is a misconception that customers and coworkers have of you? I said as my answer, they assume that I never have a bad day. Before this job, I was a server at good old Buffalo Wild Wings. Whenever I do go to work, I was always happy. Like, I was always happy. I was at a football restaurant. Like, that was the one job that I honestly could be myself in front of people and not be judged. Nothing. Like, I could say stuff that I probably shouldn't have said to them, but nothing was gonna be wrong with that. It was almost like Dick's Last Resort in a way, but PG. But I specifically said something positive. Keep in mind with all these questions, make sure that you guys are positive with them. Don't downplay anybody. Don't make somebody be belittled by you. Do not say anything in a negative tone. Make sure you say everything positive. Say positive when you answer these questions, okay? So with that, I had said, you know, they think I've never had a bad day because I'm always in a good mood. I make sure that the second I step into the door, that the attitude that I had outside and the messed up relationship and the argument I just got in, I checked it at the door, and when I walk in, I'm Monique here, I'm here, I'm ready to work. Just sell it. Make sure you sell yourself, okay? Just sell it, okay? And have confidence when you are answering these questions, all right? The next question: why do you want to be a flight attendant? I said, I love people and have a passion for service. I love adventure and being able to connect with others in their travels. I think I also had said something along the lines of, I want to be more cultured. I think that low-key sold it more. I wanted to be more cultured. I wanted to see more things and experience more things in life. Another thing to keep in mind, you can take what you want from these. You can make things your own. Just make sure that they do come off genuine. Remember that. The next thing that I was asked was, tell us everything you know about blank airlines. For this question, make sure you do your research on the company that you are applying for. They asked this question to see who's just applying for the job just to get the job and who really can see this as themselves. See this as a job and a career for them. Kobe, can you stop? Sorry, I'm on babysitting duty with my dog. So, they want to make sure that, you really could see yourself as having a career, not just a job, a temporary job. Oh, I'm only going to be here for, 5 months and then that's it. Because you're doing so much stuff, from training for 6 weeks and probation being 6 months. You're doing way too much for this to just be like a little temporary job just to fill in a little void for you. Like, that's a waste of their time and your time, a lot of your time and money. So make sure with that question you do a lot of your research, from where their main hubs are to the backstory and how that company was even built. Make sure you know your stuff, and make sure, like I said, it's genuine. That way it rolls off your tongue like, oh, she knows her stuff. He knows his stuff. He really wants to be a part of this company, a part of this legacy. Make it, that you're going to have to make your own, but make it very, very convincing. All right? Next question. No, I didn't get asked this question. My friend did. So she did put down her answer. She was asked, why this airlines over other airlines? Once again, you're going to have to do your research and still put in some input on this. Same thing as the last question. Just do your research. And please, when you are applying to these airlines, make sure that that airline is an airline you want to be a part of. Because to me, the bigger the legacy, the bigger the name, and then the bigger the weight you're going to have on your shoulders with representing that company. There's nothing wrong with that, but you just have to be prepared with representing that company the way that they would like and they want to be represented. Because if you can't represent them the way that they want you to, then you're just a no-go. And this may not be the job for you. That airline may not be the airline for you, but this may not be the job that you want. Because being a flight attendant, it's fun and games, granted. If you follow me on Snap, you see how much fun I do have. But, we are specifically there for safety in emergency situations. So you have to be very mature and very ready for anything that happens. And they want to make sure that they are going to hire somebody who can not only just make, the passenger's day and, loyalty and, all that stuff, but they want to make sure that you can really do this job, because they don't micromanage you at all. But when your supervisor needs to tell you something, they're going to micromanage the ass out of your email to get you to talk to them. Okay, so the next question is, what is your customer service philosophy? I said customer service and keeping customers happy is a means to an end. The goal is making them loyal, returning customers. My philosophy is to do what it takes to make them continue to choose blank. Again, you need to sell yourself. Sell it. That's why some of these answers, they have to be genuine and they have to be from the heart. And you, like I said, you can take whatever you want and just do whatever you want with them. But at the same time, you have to really come off like they really want to be a part of us. They want to be a part of our company. And I trust that they will continue to sell it. Sell us. Sell the name. So take the time to really think about that answer on what your customer service philosophy is, because in reality, you never get asked that at a normal restaurant job or any customer service job, to be honest with you. I've never gotten asked that before in any restaurant I've interviewed for. I've never gotten asked that. So to get asked that, that's a big deal. That's how they really are playing around with customer service and loyalty. The next question was, name a time You had a problem with the customer, and what did you do? Now, with this question, they're definitely trying to see if you can keep your composure and be nice and problem solve. Keep your composure because they don't want you to get riled up. You're going to be 35,000 feet up in the air with a passenger, and he's freaking out because he can't use the bathroom because the captain turned the seatbelt sign on and there's mad turbulence, and they don't care. They have to pee. Being nice because they want you to be nice to the passenger with still a smile on your face, even though you have to tell them, sir, the seatbelt sign is on and the captain has asked the cabin to remain seated, and they've asked us to be seated as well, without wanting to say something else, you know? And then problem solving, because you have to be quick on your toes. Like, you have to be extremely quick on your toes. And you know, something about 35,000 feet and passengers, they think they are somebody else up there. I'm sorry, whoever is just watching these Swatties, and you're not even trying to be a flight attendant, but some people really be tripping up there. They really be tripping. They really feel like there's somebody up there. And I mean, by all means, we do things for safety reasons. If the captain advises us to sit, if the captain tells the flight crew to sit, we're gonna sit. We are gonna stop exactly at that row that we're at, you know, filling up drinks, and we're gonna sit because our safety is more important than us giving you a Coke or a coffee. You know, like, it's important. It may not seem important to you guys because you're seated, but it's very important to us, and we don't take that lightly at all. Some people don't care, and that's fine. You don't have to care. We're gonna care for you, so you know, it's not a big deal. But back to that question, it's a big deal, you know, to when you answer that question, make sure that you are those three things in it. You keep your composure, and you're nice, and you're problem solving without belittling somebody, without making somebody look bad, without hyping yourself up to kind of come off, okay, they're a little cocky with this, you know. Make it very genuine. You have to be genuine with this, okay? Hopefully that helps you guys. There was one question that I got asked, and I almost threw my coworker under the bus, but I had to change the answer really quick. It was, describe a time where you had to work with a difficult coworker, and what did you do? Now, the problem with my coworker, the situation was, my coworker just basically didn't want to work. And we had a Mayweather fight, and he came to work, clocked in, and then he left because he apparently didn't have any tables, and he was upset. So, to us, on a Mayweather fight night at Buffalo Wild Wings, that was very intense, okay? It was packed, it was crowded, it was cracking, and it could have gotten really stressful. So me and the other server basically had talked to each other. We literally had a minute break that we were like, okay, you know, we need to figure out how we're gonna do this. Can you handle this amount of tables and I'll handle the rest? Like, can we do this? We made it happen, and we did the damn thing, and we made us some money. But you know, a situation like that, you know, I didn't want to throw my coworker under the bus and be like, you know, he was lazy, he was a slouch, he didn't want to do this, he didn't want to do that. I just said, you know, I had a coworker come to work, he clocked in and clocked out, and apparently he was upset that, you know, he said that there was no tables for him already, you know, like, but I didn't say, you know, he made it really hard for us. I turned it and said, you know, we have to come together to figure out, you know, can we handle this? Simple as that. Didn't even throw him under the bus. His name wasn't even brought up again after I said he clocked out, you know? So, make it, you gotta be smooth. You gotta be real smooth. It's like pickup lines. You gotta be real smooth. You gotta get them. Get them right there. Next question was, oh, I did definitely get asked this one. If you were to be the lead FA and one of your crew members didn't want to do their job, how would you handle it? So what I said, I would communicate our roles clearly and try to motivate them to do their job. If they didn't want to work, I would then do the work myself and then talk to some sort of superior to see what the next step is that I should do. So at my job, I found out that there's a lot of new hires that like to write up veterans, and that's not good. We have a blacklist at my job. Blacklist is basically something you do not want to be on as a new hire, because then your life would be made, you know, a living hell at that point. And with this answer, I mean, with this question, you don't want to come off like, you know, I'm going to tell the captain, I'm going to tell my supervisor, I'm going to tell so-and-so. The best thing for you to do is, you know, with this job, I have found out there's a lot of veterans that, you know, they have our backs with stuff, and they're so nice and so homey and so welcoming. You know, they've exchanged numbers. I'm like, you know, if you need anything or have any questions, let me know. I feel like at that point, I would literally just say the first line that I said. I would communicate our roles clearly and try to motivate them and do their job. Motivate them to do their job, I'm sorry. If that didn't work, I would then do the work myself. Now, what I know now is that, you know, I would communicate with another senior flight attendant on what I should do next, because that's not okay. Now, you don't ever want to say I'm going to tell the captain or the supervisor, because that's just straight up title telling. It's you writing them up, basically, and you're gonna be frowned upon if you do that. But at the same time, we do have, you know, flight attendants, senior and veteran flight attendants who, you know, they don't want to do their job. But at the same time, you do not want to throw a fellow flight attendant under the bus. Rule number 1: don't ever throw a fellow flight attendant under the bus, because they'll remember you, first and last name, and your face, and that'll be the day you probably want to quit your job when they find out, to be totally honest with you. So you could literally just say the first part and leave it at that. If they want to tell you like, well, you know what you should and couldn't do, let them tell you that when you're answering this question. But just do that. Don't throw anybody on the bus. Don't hype yourself up. Don't make them look horrible. Okay? Next question. Name 3 reasons you are fit for this job. I say I do well under pressure, I have a passion for service, and I'm able to adapt quickly. You need all 3 of these things. You definitely need all 3 of these things, you know, to work it out. It can be pressure situations because emergency and safety. You have to have a passion for service because people are really crazy 35,000 feet up in the air. They lose their mind up there. They'll lose their mind. Can't say enough about that. I'm not even going to say anymore because there's other things I want to say, but I'm not going to. And then, you know, you do have to adapt quickly, because adapting quickly can be anywhere from your position on the crew has changed to, okay, well, you're no longer at this gate, you have to go to another gate. And it could change from that to, okay, well, your boarding time is a little different, to an evacuation. Like, you have to adapt quickly, and you have to be on your toes, and you have to be ready. That's not hard, though. But if you don't have any of those 3 in you, this is not the job for you, unfortunately. That's not a bad thing. At the same time, I just want everybody to understand it. That's not a bad thing at all. It's not a bad thing, but it's just very much possible. I don't want people to get their hopes up and just think that this job is just about flying everywhere and seeing the world. Those are perks, but that's not just what this job is about. Oh, this question was definitely asked, and I see how it is now, and I've liked the answer that I gave then, and I like the answer that I've given to an actual guest when this actually happened. So it was, excuse me, I'm a customer who refuses to turn off my laptop. How would you handle me? After you've asked me once, I turn on my laptop again. How would you handle that? Now, the situation I had was with a guy, he was actually on his phone. So I'm going to tell you what I answered this as in my interview, and then I'm going to tell you what happened with it. So the answer was, I would explain that it's an FAA requirement, because it is. It's a federal aviation, it's an FAR, I believe. It's a federal aviation regulation, basically signifying that you need to have all electronics off. How else? I'm trying to think how else I said this. I know I said it was a requirement. I didn't write the answer down to this. I think it was just, you know, let them know it's required. And, you know, we can't do anything until you turn it off and stow it. Because in present day, when I am lead, and I do have to say this, I do say it has to be turned off, cellular service switched off, and securely stowed, either in the seat back pocket behind you, under your seat, or an overhead compartment. Now, present day. So you guys can take what I'm saying with present day and seeing if you want to use that as an answer. What happened was, I was doing my safety demo spiel, and this guy was in first class just chopping it up on his phone. Just chip, 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 chip. The door's closed. Cockpit door's closed. We're ready to do our safety demo. So I hear him talking before, you know, the other flight attendants come up to be ready in safety demo position. And I said, sir, you know, I actually need you to get off your phone. I can't continue with the safety demo until you finish your conversation. And he was like, yeah, okay. And so then give it a minute. You know, I'm saying the last part up until I have to say the safety demo, because once we start that safety demo, I need undivided attention. Nobody can use the restroom. Nobody can even get up out of their seat. I still hear drip, 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 drip. So I was on the intercom and I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, I'm waiting for one passenger to get off the phone. I cannot continue the safety demonstration until they get off, and we cannot take off until they're off the phone as well. We cannot leave until the safety demonstration is done. So once this guest gets off the phone, then we can continue on. Thank you. And so I look over and he's looking at me with the most death stare possible. I don't care. I don't care, because we have the safety demo. We have to do a safety demo regardless. We could be on that plane, do the safety demo, complete it, open up that door because something happened. The captain can tell me to open up the door because something happened. Close it. We will have to do the safety demo again. If I'm mid-safety demo and somebody decides, okay, now I gotta pee, I'm gonna use the bathroom right now, and you go to that bathroom, we have to stop and start all the way over when you come back to your seat. The safety demo is nothing to play with. And people think because, you know, they fly so much that it doesn't apply to them, or they don't have to watch it and they don't have to listen. People don't think about the fact that, you know, if you get in an accident, what are you gonna do? Were you paying attention during the safety demo? Okay, so great, I gotta do my job even. I gotta do my job, let's get you off, because those are the people that try to grab things out of the overhead compartment, and so everybody down in the traffic is completely stopped, and we're screwed getting people off this airplane. So, end the interview, just say it's an FAA requirement, and let them know that you can't continue until they get off their device. Because if I tell you exactly what I really want you guys to say, it's not gonna be good. I did also get asked this very last question. How do customers and coworkers perceive you? It's a little bit different from the first question, you know, with what is it? What is the misconception, you know, that they have? Misconception is that they always think I never have a bad day because, you know, I'm always happy. But how they perceive me is something that you want them to kind of get a vibe off of how your personality is outside of this interview. I made it known, you know, people see me as very goofy. I can be the life of the party. I can make any bad situation a good situation. I can make people's day because that's what I strive to do. A customer, a passenger, a friend, their happiness is a little bit more important than mine, because I don't want to see them frown or have a bad day, and I don't want them to be around me with that kind of negativity, so I have to make their day a little bit more special and brighter. I remember when I said it, the person who was interviewing me, they were kind of like, oh my god, that's so sweet. Gotta sell it, y'all. Gotta sell it. Make sure you sell it. I do remember there was a question, of course, they are going to ask you, you know, how do you feel about relocating? Please don't take this lightly. 10 times out of 10, you're going to be relocated. I just want to prepare everybody who is wondering, asking, and trying to apply for this job. You're going to be relocated. I've been relocated for 6 months, and I'm from California. I don't live in California. I'm not based in California. And it sucks, but eventually I'll be back. You know, it's a job. You signed up for it. I know a lot of jobs that say, like, how do you feel if you relocate? People are like, it's okay, no, I'm totally fine with it. When deep down they are scared shitless if they get relocated. This job, you will get relocated, so please be prepared, okay? The last piece of advice I am going to give you guys is advice that somebody at the interview gave me. They said, we can teach you how to be a flight attendant. We can train you in that. But we can't train you and we can't teach you great customer service. So I'm really going to let you guys just marinate and really think about that, because I will never forget that line. I never thought about it. And I think it's a really dope thing that he said. But he said it towards the beginning of the interview process, and I'll never forget that. I think that helped me with my interview, and that helps me every day with these customers, and I think it'll definitely continue whether I choose to stay with this or do something else. It's involved in customer service, at least. I think it'll definitely be a part of me forever. Absolutely. if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to see a video of some sort based off of whatever, by all means, please ask, comment below, like, subscribe, share, pass it on, all that good stuff. Again, I appreciate you guys for following me this long. I feel so much love. I love you guys so much. I wish you guys the best of luck. Keep in mind, please remember, if you do not get the first interview, you're gonna get it eventually. Keep trying. Do not give up. If this is your dream, if this is what you want to do, if this is your passion, if you think this is for you, please don't give up at all. Don't ever give up on yourself. Ever. Okay? I wish you guys the best of luck. If you see me in the airport, say hi, because I've had 2 people do it already. So please say hi. Don't be scared. If you have any questions, if you want me to get back faster to you, ask me on Instagram. Please ask me on Instagram, because if you ask me on here, sometimes I'm not getting them. I don't know why, but please ask me on Instagram. Inbox me. I promise you I'll get back to you ASAP, because I really do. I usually do. For those who wrote me, you know. And yeah. Stay up. Best of luck. Please keep me updated on all you guys' situations, adventures, interviews, all that. I want to be updated. Please let me know. And be easy. Love you.